I'm sorry for everything that you have all gone through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invest so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
Let's take you now live to our North America correspondent, Nomia Iqbal, who's in Washington. And Nomia, that moment that we just played there, Mark Zuckerberg addressing some of the families in the room, it was a really powerful moment, but one he was directed to make, wasn't he?
That's right. He was really grilled by the Republican Senator Josh Hawley, who prompted him to get up and look at the families. And Ben, there were loads of takeaway moments in the hearing, but I think for me, certainly it was the presence of the families. These are people who say that they have lost their children to social media. And right from the beginning, their presence was felt. They were a real force to be reckoned with. So when the CEOs entered, they were hissing at them. Throughout their testimonies, they would laugh and applaud the senators, and in some ways, I think it fueled the sort of combative energy that we saw. It fueled that tension between lawmakers and the CEOs, Mark Zuckerberg and the head of TikTok, particularly coming in for the most scrutiny. And that then led to that dramatic moment that you just played there of Mark Zuckerberg turning around and saying to those families, I apologise for your suffering, but also explaining what Meta was doing to try and make the platform safer. And that was what all the CEOs were here to do, to try and defend themselves and explain to lawmakers what measures they were taking to keep children safe, whilst also empowering children and parents. But for lawmakers, it just wasn't good enough. They want these CEOs to endorse key bills that they want to pass through Congress.
Yeah, and Nomia, it is a familiar allegation, and we heard it once again there from a family member who had lost a son to suicide. That familiar refrain that these firms are putting profit before safety.